What is up, everybody? Hugo Nowhere back with another video, and I know that it's been a little bit since the last time I've uploaded, about 10 days, maybe 2 weeks at the time that this video comes out, but I've been busy. I got a new job, so I haven't necessarily had the time to record, so I wanted to kind of make up for that by releasing this video. It's gonna be a really quick one, but one that I wanted to yap about because I am so excited for. One Piece Season 2 of the live action is coming out soon. I believe that the actual release date is going to be March 10th, so just under a month it feels like. Prior to season 2 coming out, I wanted to know what I should reread because I've been caught up with One Piece since like 2014, almost since I graduated high school. I think I caught up at the very last leg of Dressrosa, if I'm not mistaken. I gotta double check just to make sure. Okay, yes, so I definitely caught up at Dressrosa because I believe it ended according to Google, concluded with chapter 801 in late 2015. So by that point, I was graduated 1 year out of high school, and I was caught up from Dressrosa onward. So it's just been reading it weekly for the past 11 years. Oh, dude, I'm so old. Oh my god. Okay, all right, hold on, let me move my camera. I'm so sorry about that terrible angle. I'm sorry for the closet door being open. After the trailer came out, I want to say I was really happy that I reread the entirety of Loguetown, Whiskey Peak, Little Garden, and Drum Island. I'm still working through rereading Alabasta at the moment, just because I know that season 2 of the One Piece live action isn't gonna cover Alabasta. It's gonna cover up until the beginning of it. Regardless, I wanted to make sure that I had all the proper knowledge in my brain, and after watching the trailer, it is awesome to see that, at least for the most part, it feels like a 1-to-1 replication of the actual manga itself. Everything that we get from Loguetown looks absolutely amazing. I mean, we're gonna have the Straw Hats face off against Smoker and some of the buggy pirates, but some of the other shots that we get from the trailer are from freaking Whiskey Peak, when essentially they arrive to Whiskey Peak and everybody at Whiskey Peak is super excited that pirates are showing up. It's just all a ruse just to get them drunk and then steal all of their treasure. But we did get to see how the mayor of Whiskey Peak is. Spoiler alert, it's not the mayor of Whiskey Peak, it's actually Mr. 8, Ignoram. It was so hard for me to remember some of these names, so I definitely had to write them down. But then we do get a look at one. They're animating the Unluckies. 10 out of 10. I was worried that they weren't going to animate the Unluckies just because it's a vulture and a freaking otter, and we didn't get Hachan at all in season 1, so I was kind of concerned that they were going to do it. To my surprise, they ended up doing that, and that looks amazing. Not only that, but they got every single character casted perfectly. Okay, let's start off with all of the main Baroque agents. Okay, so we obviously have Miss Wednesday, okay, which is, spoiler alert, for almost like over, I don't know, 20 years of One Piece. It's not Miss Wednesday, it's Vivi. Okay, I think her cast was perfect. We also get a look at Mr. 9, obviously Mr. 8, Mr. 5, Miss Valentine, and Mr. Mother Frickin' 3. Long time ago, I want to say maybe like half a year to a year ago, we got the first set photos of the Mr. 3 wax scene that he does, where he conjures that giant, almost pumpkin looking figure made out of wax. That's where he traps Zoro and Nami and Vivi. That's also where we get that infamous scene where Zoro wants to cut off his legs, and then when he can't do that, he just strikes a really cool pose. So we got some behind the scenes set photos of those, and it looked fantastic. So I think at the time we were still waiting to see who's gonna be cast as Mr. 3. I can never remember his actual name, but David, I can never pronounce his last name. Dasmalician, who I know know, I think he played the Polka Dot Man in Suicide Squad 2, which probably was my favorite Suicide Squad movie. So seeing him come back as this really freaking goofy character, I think it just makes absolute perfect sense, and it's honestly just perfect casting as well. The casting director for One Piece has done an incredible job, and I am so excited to see him in the live action. I think it's gonna be absolutely phenomenal. We got our first shot at freaking Laboon. Not just Laboon, but Laboon with the straw hat, Jolly Roger, you know, right on its freaking, I don't know, snout, nose, whatever. Okay, it's not the nose. Just in the front, okay, of Laboon, and him wooing out of joy shortly after Luffy beats the frick out of him. Well, they beat each other up pretty much. And then we obviously get to see Chopper, who we already saw. We saw a snippet of him earlier this year. It was like a little bit of a sneak preview where we got to hear him and see him. I think the voice actor for Chopper is doing a really good job. It does capture that like childlike wonder voice that I've grown to associate with Chopper, both in the both in the dub and the sub. So seeing and hearing that, I'm super excited for. We got to see his reindeer form as well as his cute little humanoid form as well. We got our first look at Dr. Kureha, which a lot of people wanted the actor from Halloween, Jamie Lee Curtis, as Dr. Kureha because of an interview that she did, saying that if there was any One Piece character she would be interested in playing, I think it would be Dr. Kureha, which honestly would be a really good like pick. But I have no doubt that whoever they picked to play her is gonna do a phenomenal freaking job. And we did get to see a small little glimpse at the beginning of this trailer of Dr. Heerluck, which again, by all intents and purposes, is Chopper's dad, pretty much, right? This really wacky doctor who instills Chopper's dream into him, just wanting to be the best doctor that there is. Wapol also looks really creepy and really freaking cool. I'm interested to see how they're gonna do his chomp chomp fruit, and I'm interested to see how they're gonna do his intro, because at the beginning of Drum Island, they see, oh man, what is his name? They see Chess, one of Wapol's crew members, right, in the middle of the ocean, and he is just on his boat, and the boat is just kind of submerged, and then we finally see the reveal of this giant Wapol boat. And then Luffy just punches the frick out of him because Wapol keeps on eating their ship. I want to see if they do something similar to that, because at this point in time, when they get to Drum Island, Wapol kind of ran away from the Blackbeard pirates when they showed up to, you know, Drum Kingdom, just because he was too afraid and the Blackbeard pirates were too powerful for him. I'm excited to see Crocus, who is inside of Laboon when the group first meets him, and we did get our first glimpse of him in his all makeup, and I think he looks fantastic. But I hope that they keep the scene where the Straw Hats arrive to a small little island, right? And then they're all kind of pointing their weapons at him, and he says, if you fire that, somebody's gonna die. And Sanji asks so smugly, yeah, and who is that? And then he says, me. And then the crew gets really upset at him for saying that. The last thing I want to talk about, and then I'm wrapping up this video, is I am so excited to see Nico Robin. For those who don't know, Nico Robin is my favorite Straw Hat. Currently in the One Piece TCG, I'm trying to collect every single Nico Robin card, as well as the alt version, like the alt art version of those cards. So I'm a pretty big fan of Nico Robin, way before her amazing arc in Water 7. And seeing the actress who was picked, I think the casting was perfect. Lara Abova, I think she looks the part, and from what we've seen, she is nailing that like mysterious, cold woman that Nico Robin is at the beginning of when we first get to meet her. Obviously, we know she goes by the code name Miss All Sunday. Her wardrobe is freaking amazing. I love her voice and that Russian accent that she has when she sees Monkey D. Luffy. I don't know. It's so good, man. I am so beyond excited to see her. I hope they give her her little turtle ship that she goes on after she infiltrates the Straw Hat ship. I'm curious to see how that's gonna look. I don't know if we got a glimpse of it. I have to kind of go through the trailer again and see if we got it, but I was a big fan of the season 1 live action. There were some things that I didn't like, and maybe I can make a video of it now that we're getting closer and closer to season 2. And I was even thinking of breaking down the One Piece season 2 trailer, because I love One Piece. One Piece has played a huge role in the last decade of my life. I have this little Straw Hat tattoo right here. I want to get a bigger piece just in general of One Piece because it means so much to me. I'm so invested in like the trading card game, in the manga, in the anime. I apologize if this entire video I am just yapping and I'm talking way too fast. I'm just super excited. And if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of me, of my dumb face, or anything else that I want to talk about, feel free to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which I hope is really, really soon. So thanks again, guys. Have a good one, and I'll talk to you guys later.